What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bryce, the one, with the first ever YouTube video. First ever, and I'm so excited. But before we even start, please hit that like button and please subscribe. Join the Broad Mafia. You finna get lit. And what we watching today? We're watching The Dictator, Paranoia, Famine, and just like North Korea. And my thoughts about North Korea, I just fucking hate that fat nigga Kim Jong Un. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But let's just get on this video and let's get lit.
A group of French tourists has just arrived in North Korea at a hotel only for foreigners. We've slipped in amongst them. It's already 10 p.m., but we feel like taking a little walk outside. The porter follows us, looking worried. He waves us back, as it's strictly forbidden to leave the hotel on your own without an official guide.
And why is that? And let's just be honest. We already know why. Kim Jong Un's doing shady shit, like he always been doing. I mean, just can't stand that fat fuck, bro. I'm being so for real with y'all. I can't.
Nevertheless, we insist.
Thank you. Stop. One arm. No.
The tone is polite but firm, and reluctantly we go back in.
Thank you.
Inside, two North Korean dictators, father and son, dominate the lobby.
Fat fuck number one and fat fuck number two.
Mr. John works for the state and is in charge of the French group. I wanted to go for a walk in town, but they said no. Because everyone knows you're a spy. Well, we've already arrested spies nearby, you know. Here, every foreigner is a potential spy. North Korea is the world's most secretive state, and an example of the worst kind of communist dictatorship.
And you know what? They just make big freaking cities just for barely anybody to live in these. And it's so crazy to me. Like, those big cities you're looking at right now, I bet you not even half the population live in those. And if you just go into one of those buildings, how do I explain this, chat? I'm not even on Twitch. I'm sorry. But oh no, it's just crazy to me how they just rule these people's lives in the most harshest way, and it's so sad.
Since its creation in 1945, the country has been living on another planet. Acute paranoia and abject poverty are its distinguishing features. There are no statistics available for its economy, but what is known is that famine is a constant threat to the population. In the late 90s, at least 1 million North Koreans are believed to have died.
Oh my gosh. And that what makes me mad so much more. Bro, I can literally get past the fact that of everything, but you starve your people to death and you're fat your own self. Bro, you can't tell me, bro.
Starvation. Even today, according to the United Nations, 20% of the population has little or no food, in particular those who live in rural areas.
What did I tell you? Oh my God.
It's the reason the World Food Programme distributes about 400,000 tons of food each year.
Those poor people.
We managed to film these scenes in secret. Lacking machinery and even animals, local agriculture is virtually non-existent.
How does that? I know
People
her
eat what
back.
they can find. Seaweed. Officially, the country is still headed by Kim Il-sung, the dictator who died in 1994, but is designated the eternal president of North Korea. He's represented everywhere in the form of monumental statues.
These people, I just don't get how these people like just believe this crap. Like there's more of y'all than there are of Kim Jong-un's army. But like they just install this fear inside of them, and like they just can't. It's like they just can't break out of it. And I just wonder sometimes if like they actually believe the bullshit that they're like he's saying. They're probably like they probably don't believe it. They just have to follow it because you know what happens when you don't follow it.
Frescoes and posters. His son, Kim Jong-il, succeeded him and is officially known as the Dear Leader. He continues to wield almost surreal autocratic powers, thanks largely to the backing of an ever-growing army, believed to be over 1 million strong, massively equipped, including with nuclear weapons and technically still at war.
All right, I'm lying. 1 million in his army? Yeah, I'm capped. My bad. Yeah, them citizens is cooked. I'm so sorry. Jesus.
With South Korea. Kim Jong-il continues the work of destruction begun by his father. The result is people living in conditions comparable to those in the Soviet Union during the 1930s. The same queues for the few buses that have gas, the same empty stores where it is forbidden to film, as the public never ventures inside. Not everything, of course, is so bleak. There are highways, but used only by cyclists, and the cleanup squads, clearing away the puddles. There is even a casino in the capital, where you can have fun with slot machines, except there's never a jackpot.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You get broke every time if you go there to them jackpots, boy. If you go there to gamble, boy, you could. In North Korea, the propaganda country, yeah, you could.
And there's also golf, the most capitalist sport enjoyed by the system's elite. For the 23 million North Koreans, times are tough, but smiling is mandatory. Outbursts of joy are carefully choreographed in grandiose street parades.
Man, what they know about dancing? Don't let me get out there in that bitch. Now I'll really do it to him. I get 30 on him right now. Stop playing. Come on, man. My bad.
It's into this nightmare world inhabited by people brainwashed since birth that a group of Western tourists has decided to come on vacation. At 8,500 euros for 3 weeks, it's as expensive as the Seychelles. Only here, there's no luxury, no coconut palms, only unfriendly minders to check every photo. No mattresses in the bedrooms, and no running water.
If you go to North Korea for a vacation, like, do you just like to see things suffer? Like, why would you even go to North Korea of all places to go to vacation? I mean, there's what? You got the Galapagos Islands, you got Norway. Like, bro, out of all places, you go to freaking North Korea? Top 10 worst places to even stay at.
Look, there are even blankets in it.
Top 10, top 3.
Yeah, look. Wow, that's enough for me. And naturally, surveillance cameras to watch you. Welcome to North Korea, the dictator's paradise. The organizer of this little trip of a lifetime is the man with blonde hair, Guillaume de Vaudry, arranges speciality tours of the worst places on Earth. In his group is Claude. For this young retiree, it's the most significant trip of her life, as for the first time she's able to follow in the footsteps of her father, who was originally from North Korea. Jacqueline had no qualms about accompanying her friend Claude, the former librarian, now also retired. This will be her first experience of a real dictatorship. There's also Henri, who prefers to remain anonymous. It's not his first dictatorship, having already visited and much enjoyed Iran. North Korea was missing from his trophy cabinet, until now. Our minders are two French-speaking guides. In the glasses is Mr. Ho, and on the right, Mr. John. 3 weeks of propaganda lie ahead. Pyongyang, the DMZ.
It's not even that funny, but Mr. Ho, that's the craziest name. Mr. Ho.
The demarcation line between the two Koreas, the extreme north and the coasts along the Sea of Japan. The first Westerners to ever make such a remarkable journey. Our trip to the land of communist bliss begins with an invitation to share a joyful experience with the North Korean people. What, after all, could be more appropriate than the gigantic Luna Park, the only fun fair in the country? Here, everyone smiles. Welcoming gestures make the foreign visitor feel at home. The fair features attractions from...
And you know what? I bet you like when it turns nighttime, you know this part, those people, they have to go to shitty ass houses, no plumbing, no food, no life. It's just all pity. Yeah. You just really got to feel bad for these people, man. Like if I don't want to say this, man, because I feel like Kim Jong-un gonna kill me or something, bro. But like, if I just had a chance, I'd take that nigga out.
Another era. Archery, games of skill with balls as old as the players themselves.
I promise, Chad.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name
dang
on
it,
it.
I am not on
Just by thinking
Twitch.
about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Yeah, we're not finna do all that.
Ancient swings. And rides fitted with machine guns. Very popular with the adults and watched over by the supervisor. The infrastructure is creakily old, and it doesn't look very safe. Still, never mind. It'll take more than that to spoil the fun of the French group as it climbs onto the Ferris wheel. On board, everyone is obviously having a good time.
How many nails you bet? How many nails do you think is missing out that Ferris wheel? I bet 15.
Oh, we're still good. Yeah, we're only halfway. Will you be okay? Now it stopped. Maybe we're broken down. Everything here is so quiet, not like the film fairs back home.
Yes,
Where it's so noisy. Henri seems captivated by the calm, good-natured atmosphere of the fair. Even Mr. Ho, one of the guides, is enjoying the moment and wants to immortalize it. I'm filming the joy of this fun fair. Crowds jostle, proffering money around the cotton candy booth. Kids with money and even young rappers. Is this really North Korea, the world's most evil communist regime?
This is the first hood North Koreans I have ever seen, bro. Bro, hat all turned to the back. He trying too hard.
Look, there's even the riffraff. It's unbelievable. Here, there's a queue, not for food, but for the bumper cars.
Bro, shitty ass bumper cars, bro. This is the saddest bumper cars I ever seen in my life, bro. That's on some real shit.
Soon, though, the harsh realities of life in North Korea return when a group of soldiers on leave appears. Watch out, sir, there are soldiers. No filming now. To find out why the soldiers are here, we follow along until we get to a rather special booth.
Monsieur Jean.
Mr. John, what's written up there? Down with the imperialists and down with the American aggressors. Really? But why is there all still this hate? The war is over. No, the Americans occupied our nation. They divided the country. But the peace...
They try to make your sorry ass country better, Kim Jong-un. You just failed to not see that.
Never been signed. It's just a ceasefire. The Americans started the war and our people really suffered because of them.
Your people suffered because of you! Because of y'all! Oh my gosh, that made me actually so mad. You can't blame us because of y'all's problems. Y'all wanted that. Y'all wanted communism.
The grunts fire away with toys at the lead soldiers, but they are ready to fight for real. It's a war North Korea has been preparing for since the state was founded 65 years ago, and the sworn enemy is the United States. By 1950, the world was beginning to painfully emerge from the Second World War. Two blocs faced off, the communists and the pro-Americans. Korea finds itself at the center of this ideological conflict and is consumed.
Ooh, 54. How about I make a... I'll finish halfway, chat, and then I'll come back tomorrow. Chat. Oh my gosh. I'll just finish half of this and then I'll make a part 2. But yeah,
Consumed by a war that will last for 3 years. The South is supported by the United States, the North by China. In 1953, Korea is officially partitioned, and to this day, no official peace treaty has been signed, only a ceasefire. Technically, the two Koreas are still at war. It's a situation the French tourists will soon get to know more about. Right now,
can we all agree that North Korea is like the sorriest country ever? Can we all agree on that, please?
We're about to enter into the 2 kilometers of the demilitarized zone of North Korea, which is used for farming.
Especially Kim Jong-un, the sorriest
and on the right, the flag of North Korea.
The sorriest I ever know. The sorriest. I ain't never met the dude. But
on the other side, just a few meters away, is the enemy, the traitors of South Korea. The tourists have to form a single file, closely observed by the soldiers. The atmosphere is tense, and each photo is checked. This is the world's most sensitive area, surrounded by 1 million soldiers on both sides, ready to do battle. The small group finally arrives at the demarcation line, the famous DMZ. It's a solemn moment. On both sides of the border, highlighted in red, are guards. They don't look at each other, but remain on the lookout. The first one who puts a foot over the line will be immediately spotted by the slew of cameras and killed. The soldiers' uniforms are completely different. The retro style of the North Koreans and the Ray-Bans and US equipment of the South.
Off rip, South Koreans low-key got that drip on them. Not gonna lie, look. My nigga look mad. He's not happy to be at work today. He's not.
The South.
The
Americans are actually in charge over there. On the South Korean side, a group of American generals arrives. They have their photos taken with North Korea as a backdrop. It's as much as they'll ever likely see of the communist nation. It's time to leave. But first, Claude wants to sign the visitor's guest book. It's a very important moment for the French woman with a Korean father and a French mother. Claude has made this journey in memory of her father. 89 years after my father had to leave the country, which was occupied by the Japanese, I come to this demarcation line that divides Korea. This division.
Wait, Japanese and North Korea went in a war together? That's actually, I never knew that. That's actually good to know.
Always caused great sorrow to my father, who never saw his native land again.
I think your dad never wanted to see that native land in the first place.
Claude's father fled Korea in 1920, long before the communist regime. The photo was taken shortly before he found refuge in France. He was never able to return.
Your dad chose right. Your dad chose right to stay at France because that country's going to shit real bad.
To his country of birth. It's an emotional moment, but the tourists are soon reminded they are in a state of France. He was never able to return to his country of birth.
Pig 1, pig 2.
It's an emotional moment, but the tourists are soon
Where's the other pig?
reminded they are in a state where everything is controlled. Their guides and the soldiers demand to see the photographs taken at the border. Many will be erased. To the tourists, this unrelenting surveillance comes with the territory, and so far none of them complain. The tour continues following the program put together by the North Korean authorities, and the next stop is the War Museum. At the end of the courtyard, an old woman is cleaning the stones. Suddenly, one of the guide's assistants forces her to leave. She was spoiling the scenery by being poor, and that is something outsiders aren't meant to.
You know how so fucking sad that is? Your country is so trash that you have to tell your tourist guides have to tell people to get out the way. And the thing is, Kim Jong-un don't understand. He just looks like a dumbass. Like, his whole country.
See here.
Look how poor,
For the very
poor old woman just trying to make a living, and she just bothering her. Just leave her alone.
Image of the country is at stake, an image of perfection that nothing is allowed to distort, and an
Perfection got out the window when the regime took
image
over.
that is constantly monitored.
Bonjour, soyez les...
Hello, welcome to our museum. Behind her is a gigantic mural, as one would expect, to the glory of Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea.
The third
He
pig,
has a
the
godlike
third pig,
status,
the
not
third
least
pig.
because he himself rewrote
pig.
his country's entire recent history.
Nous avons fait un film. Asseyez-vous, s'il vous plaît.
Please sit down. We have a film now about the Korean War, and this will help explain the Korean problem.
Vous aider à bien comprendre le problème coréen.
Visitors
Y'all's problem is y'all's sorry president. That's y'all's problem. Get rid of him. Take him out. Make a whole new declaration of something. Whatever y'all have.
to the museum as a rather partisan version of the conflict
Get
with
rid
the
of him.
United
Y'all
States.
like
It's a version in which the Americans are definitely the bad guys. The voice, the style, the video, everything resembles a bad propaganda film from the 1950s. Who then started the war in Korea? These scenes will help provide the answer. Listen to how North Korean authorities have rewritten history. The Second World War earned the United States huge amounts of money through the sale of weapons. But after the war, the United States lost its weapons market and entered into a period of deep economic crisis. They then deliberately started the war in Korea to help their economy, and they actively prepared for war. Everything is false. The United
Bro, there's that is so bullshit. And they had French people, tourists from out of the country, sit there and listen to that bull crap. We started the war because the regime wanted to keep on, like pressing the communism, and the United States knowing, like, damn, we don't fuck with communism, we just ran up in there trying to help, but we see how that one went.
The United States has never been as prosperous as it was after the Second World War. But it matters not, and the documentary carries determinedly on in the same tone. Truman, the US president, declared in a message to Congress in 1945 that there needed to be a war in Korea so the United States could dominate the world. In fact, it's the exact opposite.
Your country is not like that, buddy. Your country is not the best. If we took over your country, it would be like taking over a kid's playground. You know, it's kind of like, it doesn't make sense. You know, like, it's dumb. Why would we take over like a little speck of communism trash? If I'm like being so honest, like, it's just the definition of communism trash.
Historians agree North Korea triggered the war. A reality the regime in Pyongyang categorically denies, and being the perfect dictatorship is something it teaches all children in the country from an early age.
The worst.
I get excited about the Subaru Share the Love event because Subaru retailers nationwide are giving back.
Giving back makes us who we are. It's our chance to make a difference together.
The tourists are stunned, but decide it's best to say nothing, not one word. Obediently, they continue the tour, where more surprises are in store. At the double, they cross rooms filled with war photos and posters. The rewriting of history continues. The Americans staged air raids in the China Sea to bomb the town.
Oh my gosh, what is up with them and freaking America? Jesus. It's like those arguments on TikTok where like let's say you're on TikTok, right? An American just says something about a UK person, and it just starts this whole freaking thing, and it's just so annoying. And honestly, what's up with y'all British people too? Like, y'all not like them, but like, Jesus, it's like a one-sided battle on TikTok.
And villages and massacre the Chinese people. Yi has never heard about Americans massacring the people of China. He takes his carriage in both hands and wades in. Excuse me, in which year, more or less, did this happen? Which year was this battle? The battle? It was during the war.
She don't know, bro. She don't know. Don't ask that poor lady before you get her killed. Please stop asking so much questions before you get this poor lady killed.
1950 to 53. Okay, so there's no precise date, just during the conflict as a whole. The answer is evasive and makes Henri draw up short, but he dares go no further and is teased by our journalist. You didn't follow up the question, did you? You were scared. I just don't have the courage to. North Korea is a totalitarian state which scares even foreigners. The country has virtually no international friends, and if you get into trouble here, there will be no diplomats coming to demand your release. The young woman is waiting for us in another room. Inside, real ships and aircraft. The propaganda lesson continues. This is the weapons room, where some of the original weapons are on show. These all distinguished themselves during the war, like this torpedo boat. It was one of 4 which sank the US cruiser, the Baltimore. While the young soldier recites her lesson,
I have never heard anything about y'all sinking a ship. Well, just more propaganda, man. Just more bullshit. Gosh. How does Kim Jong-un just go to sleep with himself at night, man? This sorry-ass country.
Dare ask a sensitive question. Were the same ones you...
It's not even... And you know what? I'm not even saying it's a sorry country because of the people. Let me clear that up right now before people start getting mad at me. It's not even because of that. It's sorry because of the president. The dictator or whatever you have to call him. It's just him. She's just doing her job, not trying to get killed, just just doing stuff, just to help around. But Jesus.
Used recently to also sink the South Korean warship. You know, there was a South Korean boat that was sunk. This is the first time I hear about that. Yes, we've never heard of that.
They so bro, oh my gosh. They so brainwashed, bro. It's like, it's so sad. Oh, never heard about that. Oh, somebody sunk a ship. Oh my gosh, I never heard about that. Let's continue with the rest.
Only a few weeks earlier, a South Korean naval vessel had been sunk off the coast of Pyongyang. On board, 46 sailors were killed. Tensions between the two countries was at its highest just when...
Yeah, so the reason why they don't know, because Kim Jong-un said it's like a thing with the internet where like they can't like get outside information from the world. So they only have a network inside of North Korea, and like all they show is just propaganda, nothing but Kim Jong-un. It's crazy.
The French tourist group was visiting. Following our off-camera question, we were summoned and spoken to for several hours by North Korean agents who warned us never to repeat such questions in the future, under penalty of having to extend our stay here for several months. But for now, all proceeds as if nothing ever happened. The museum guide continues her tour, but the mood has changed. She proudly presents one of the Air Force's old fighters. This plane is a MiG. It was visited by Comrade Kim Il-sung in 1952. The aircraft, the MiG-15, has been in continuous service in North Korea since 1952, as this video shot at the airport by our reporter seems to show. It's an aging military, but one which should not be taken as
still using that sorry-ass plane today, I bet.
Likely, as shown in the last room. Now, in this area, we have captured enemy weapons that are trophies. All these weapons have been used in action: light machine guns, helmets, flags, tanks, or helicopters, and Aladdin's cave of implements of death. It's also yet another opportunity to portray the wickedness of the Americans. They used...
Oh my gosh, bro. It's like North Korea is that one annoying kid out of the whole country. Like, they're so self-centered, Like, that's what they remind me of so bad. And it's not even their fault, bro. It's a sorry-ass dictator.
Chemical and biological weapons during the war. And this plane was shot down while it was dropping bacteriological bombs. True or false, it's impossible to get beyond the blatant propaganda. The highlight to the visit is saved for the end, a huge mural depicting the Battle of Seoul. The limelight focusing on the heroic soldiers who saved the communist North Korean regime and protect it to this very day. The tourists are beginning to understand where they actually are. Tired, they return to their hotel. It's rush hour, but oncoming vehicles surprise people. Everyone is heading home from work and quietly gathers to wait for their bus. Are people queuing to get...
Bro, they never ever seen a car. Like, I don't know, they're not. It's not that. It's that. Like, they rarely see cars, so they don't even know when to move out the way.
Into a stadium. They're waiting for the bus.
Bro, they gotta wait for a whole bus? Bro, oh my gosh, I would just cut the line. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, all them people, look at them. Look. Nigga, that's a whole line. They started from the back of the road. Oh my gosh, it's like a bunch of ants.
Pyongyang never has traffic jams.
Like a bunch of ants.
In the middle of the road, a woman is clearing broken glass. There was an accident here, and everything must be cleaned up as soon as possible.
With their bare hands? Where's a sweep?
On the left, The large building is the People's Palace, and this is the city's main thoroughfare.
Pig
What
one?
passes for rush
Pig
hour.
one. Pig one.
Few buses are packed and look as if they're about to fall apart. On the roadside, there's no advertising, but huge propaganda posters for the communist regime. We see men proud of building the future in this perfect country. A country in which
Why would you? Who would want to build a future in this sorry ass country? There can be a future, but it got to be without Kim Jong Un. Like, I'm being so for real. This is like the most top, the first top one sorriest countries of all time. Like, they're so sorry they don't even care about their own people.
the women are there purely to raise the children.
Hi, I'm JT, and I made Result Hunter, the search engine for conservatives. Let me just tell you what it does. First of all, big tech right
The two towers on the right is their hotel, one of the most luxurious.
I'm going to give it 10 minutes and I'm going to call it wraps because, yeah, I'm not going to watch this whole 54 minutes. I'm sorry.
In the country. Inside are the restaurant and, notably, a TV set, constantly tuned in to national television. The programs consist of patriotic songs before a military audience, generals making speeches, a documentary on, naturally, Kim Jong-il, and how best to use a Kalashnikov.
Oh my gosh, bro. Literally, the TV shows are so boring. That's a bore. It's a bore. Like a documentary. I wonder how many times that's playing a day. Kim Jong-un.
The French appear to pay no attention whatsoever.
That's how long.
Back in their rooms, the tourists discover they themselves are not allowed to send emails, even to their families. All here is dictated by the state, and the laws make it obligatory to give the email addresses of the recipients to a local official. Henry seems to find nothing wrong with the strict new rules. I told my friends beforehand that, well, no news is good news. Well, you know, the country is cut off from the rest of the world.
Literally, the country is cut off from the rest of the world.
The following morning, Pyongyang is waking up. The same background music is broadcast every day, beginning at dawn. It's not yet 6 o'clock in the morning. The sky is darkened by the opaque swells from the blast furnace plants. Already, small hands are busy scrubbing the still deserted streets. The woman is directing non-existent traffic, her movements, those of a puppet gone mad.
Literally, what are you doing? There's nothing to, bro. If I was her, bro, I'd just sit my ass down, call it a day.
Everything must be perfect.
You're not
And this, the
doing
capital of the
anything.
communist regime.
Bro, North Korea is so sorry, bro. This makes me mad, bro. It makes me mad.
But the extreme poverty of the country is difficult to hide. Between two rows of buildings, there's a curious sort of vehicle. A septic tank on wheels, which used to be a truck. A few steps away, a group of men, heads shaved, dressed identically, practicing their morning exercises in rhythm. That's North Korea. A crazy contraption whose wheel somehow keeps turning, 60 years on. In a country where religion is banned, there is, however, a god. He's called Kim Il-sung, the local Stalin. He ruled the country from 1945 until his death in 1994. His image is everywhere in the country: statues, photographs, murals. More powerful than a mere life president, he appointed himself president in eternity. And like everyone else in the country, the French
These are it's like children becoming president. of a dictatorship. This is literally how they're acting right now.
Tourists will have
Like
to pay
children.
him homage.
Ça va servir à
What will you
quoi?
do with those flowers? I'll lay them in front of the statue of Kim Il Sung. Next is the approach to the statue of the great leader.
No,
At more than 15
She
meters
acting
high.
like she love her country. She ain't like she love it. You acting like you love that shit, man. If you love it, maybe you should, like, I don't know, live there. You giving flowers to a bum? You giving flowers to a nigga that's not even. Ooh,
It's hard to miss.
you giving flowers to a nigga
Solid
that
bronze and surrounded by a
deserve
mural in his
flowers.
honor. The protocol is precise, the ritual formal.
On s'arrête.
We stop here,
Alors,
Should I give those
but
flowers
first
to your
we'll put
dad?
the flowers down and then
allez
come
déjà
back.
déposer les bouquets,
So go and place your bouquets, the three of you.
tous les trois.
Sorry ass.
Step back a bit.
Revenez,
All together now,
comme un seul homme.
in a line.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to make a part 2, guys. I'm so sorry, but it's getting good. It's getting good though. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting good. It's just I just gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. But before I go, please like that like button. Please hit that follow button. Turn on that notification button to get some more videos. We're gonna post some more, guys, and I'm gonna make sure I post a lot. All right. No further ado. I'll catch y'all later. Love y'all.